Welcome to Ryan's Road Podcast, episode 25. And today we're going to lean into birthdays and getting older. And it was Chester's birthday.
It was. You sound terrible. You sound like you're recording an advert.
Right, shall we go again?
Today we're talking about birthdays.
I'm just trying to be proper.
No, don't be proper. We don't do proper.
I know,
this is real. This is real. I think the Hamp's getting... Do we call you Hamp on this? Or James? You Hamp, don't you, mate?
You've always called me Hamp, anyway.
Right. Aging, I'd say. More aging, regrets, looking back. What's the word? Hindsight.
Hindsight's always 2020.
All that sort of shit. Talking about birthdays. That come across as if it was like, so what kind of balloons do you like to have on your birthday? Do you celebrate? Do you have the whole day off work?
It's red balloons or nothing, mate.
Oh, fucking hell. I was hoping James could introduce it nicely because I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. A bit fucking tired.
Yeah, a confined space for you. That'd be nice.
The door's open.
Yeah.
So
right.
forgive the trains in this episode. It's been a bit muggy and warm today, so as you know, we're not luxurious here. But we've got a fucking room.
It's a fucking sweatbox.
There's no windows or nothing, so it gets fucking warm. So if it's a bit muggy, we leave the door open. But I live next to a train track, so you might get the occasional
The occasional train.
That's it. I like
She
trains.
Took the midnight train going anywhere.
I like how we both went for different quotes.
Summer wind. Anyway.
I went for Asti.
But yeah, went to your son's birthday party.
You did.
The other day.
You came. You didn't go to. You came to.
I came to your party.
Yeah.
It was very nice. All the kids had a lovely time.
The wife smashed his birthday party.
She absolutely killed it, to be fair, man. That bounce castle was class. I killed myself going down that slide there.
It's more how she get like. This isn't what the podcast is going to be about, but obviously we're tangenting into this already because it was my son's birthday this week. Just my wife smashes it. She's a host. She's a full-on fucking host.
Yeah.
And she plans games and makes things for the games and she's forever like grabbing the kids. You know, you get the typical thing of like parents bounce castle, right, kids, off you fucking play. Like not with my wife. She like structures the whole party sort of thing.
Plenty of games being played. Just not see all the kids happy.
But no, with the actual theme ish of today, you know, we've always got a loose theme. It's never concrete. Sorry, it's annoying me that that's not keeping up on the fucking computer.
I'll sort it out then.
Yeah, but I don't know how to. You know, I'm not savvy. I just click shit. Like, why can't you be my Echo to my Jocko and just like...
Because Echo knows his shit.
He really does.
I'm just here for conversation, so...
It's just fucking... Oh, cool. Oh, it's not the wife. Sorry, guys. I know I'm terrible. Yeah, one of the things when Hamp got here and he mentioned about this theme was about like when you always feel like you know, and I remember this feeling. I remember being in like...
We've all had this feeling.
Yeah. When you're like, I don't know, late... When you're early, so like late teens, early 20s, maybe even mid-20s, probably people our age doing it now still. You always seem to think like, I know now.
Yeah.
I've got this nailed.
Yep.
I fucking know. I'm aware, I know what to do there. This whole life thing, yeah, ain't that fucking complicated. Like, sussed it, mate. Got it down. Bitches just fucking like this, like work, mate. They can piss off. I do what the fuck I want. And you think you've got life sorted, don't you?
Yep.
And then you get a bit older, and then I think the next stage is like, I didn't know it then, but I know now. Like, I didn't know shit then, but like fucking now I know. Like, yeah, now I'm aware. Like, now I fucking know. Like, I thought I did then, but no, I actually do. And then you get a bit older again, and you go, mate, I don't know shit, and I never will.
Yeah, like, I'm at that point now. I don't know shit, and I never
when
will.
You get that next stage older, you're just like, I know some stuff. Yeah, like I know some stuff, and I know things, and I've got an idea about things, and but you kind of realise you will never know everything. You're always learning. You'll always meet someone that will throw something your way, and you'll either accept it and be like, shit, yeah, I never thought of that, or you'll go, no, that's not what. No, don't agree with that. It's this way that I know, and nothing else. You know, like stubborn people.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I think it's more.
That was the idea I got from how you introduced
I think it's more you just kind of get numb to it. Or he's thinking you know everything at a different point.
Isn't that kind of what I said with that whole of like, actually, yeah, I don't know anything. Like that's the numbness you're referring to.
I suppose it's more that you just kind of get used to life. It's just crazy chaos.
That's what I mean. So like you go through the stages of being like, yeah, sorted it, I'm gonna be good now, and then you've had that much shit happen every time. You're like, okay, I don't know nothing. Like you kind of accept that shit's just gonna come along.
It kind of works in your favour sometimes though, as well, because like I was mentioning earlier, so when you're like 16, 17 and you think you know everything, and like you break up with your girlfriend or whatever and it's like, it's the end of the fucking world.
Yes, mate.
And then in a couple of years, you look back at it and you're like, what a fucking dickhead.
Mate, I was like that, and I never even actually had a proper girlfriend. It'd be like,
True.
oh, so she doesn't actually want me. Why doesn't anyone want me? I'm waiting for that already.
I do genuinely
for my
think,
sons.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they get to that
You're
stage.
going to be pretty well versed in helping.
Oh, yeah, like
You'll just be like, get out there and give me 20 pull-ups.
I often feel, oh, yeah. I often feel like I wasn't, like, no fucking, without bad-mouthing my family and parents and everything else, but I don't feel like I was guided that well with, like, serious things like that. Whereas...
No, I never had talks like that with my parents.
You know what I'm fucking like. So as soon as that happens, I'll be fucking there. Like, son, it's all right. Like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
They've always been there for me and been like, if I've been upset or something's happened with a girlfriend or something, they've always been like, come here, give me a cuddle. It's okay, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, true.
Like,
I guess.
bring me down, but I never got like life discussions.
Oh, I do.
I would have just been.
With my fucking
I think it would have
one-year-old.
just been weirded out. I'd have been like, if my dad tried to sit me down and give me like a serious talk, I'd have just been like, Dad, what are you doing?
See, mine won't think it's weird because I've been doing it since I was born.
I suppose the only thing
Like,
my dad's
that's
ever spoke
the
to me
narrative.
seriously about is money. That's the only thing my dad's ever like spoke to me about. That's it.
My so was it the birthday party? I think it was at the start of it. Might have been as they had the bouncy, because we had the bouncy castle obviously the morning.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what my middle son had done to my eldest, but so my middle son was in like a turtle position, like scrunched up, and my eldest like on top of him, swinging hooks round into the side of his fucking head. So I was like, well, you're on the stairs, mate. Get on the fucking stairs. Whenever I see anything like that, I have mixed emotions, because one, I'm like, life's going to be hard on them, and I'd rather them get roughed up at home by the brother.
Oh yeah.
So that when shit comes along in life, they'll be like, I know it's comical, but if there's anyone that watches How I Met Your Mother, I know me and James do. Do you remember the episode where they're on about, I can't remember what fight's going to happen or something, but Marshall's like, I'll take care of it. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're like...
The guy with the wig.
Yeah. But
But
he's on about how they used to have like cocoa breaks and shit like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no.
cocoa break.
Cocoa.
It throws a cup.
And then at the end of the
underneath it,
episode, it goes to like what it actually was,
They're
and they're
beating
like,
the shit out of each other.
fucking smash each other. And it's like, I think of that. It's like life's going to be hard, and there's going to be times where someone's confronting them or whatnot, or they get pushed at anything like that, and especially from a youngest. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm laughing, mate. I've got two older brothers that fucking been beating on me forever. So on one aspect, I know we're slipping slightly. I don't mind it too much. I try and get in there before there's any damage done.
Yeah, any serious injuries.
They're a bit bruised, bit hurt, bit red face sort of thing, maybe the odd scratch, but nothing too much. So on one hand, I'm like, this is good for him in a way. I'm still going to punish him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the other hand, I like the techniques they use because of the Fight Club. I'm like, that's nice to see. It's working out, you know what I mean? But the bigger conversation I had with him, and this is what I mean by like, I fucking talk to him like it now. Talk to Harvey, the eldest, because I didn't know what Chester had done at the time, my middle son. And I'm like, look, I take you to Fight Club and whatnot, and I was like, but that's for should anything happen outside of the home, so you know how to look after yourself, you know how to defend yourself, so you're not just going to be kicked to shit on the floor. So there's that side of it. And then I got into the whole like, me and your mum ain't going to be alive forever, we ain't going to be around forever. I was like, but your brother, because you're so close in age, you're probably going to go through your whole lives together, so don't beat on your fucking brother. Like, look after your brother, because you're going to have your brother pretty much for most of your life.
Yeah.
Like, whereas me and your mum ain't. So this is why I went through this little whole long way anecdote, because I feel like it pulls back to your point of like life and birthdays and getting older and stuff like that. There's a fly in the room. Calm down. But yeah, so like, I couldn't just be like, most people are like, you know, don't hit your fucking brother. Naughty, like, no. Whereas I took it to the whole, well, we ain't going to be around for, like, you know what I mean? I just take it there for some reason.
They were just play fighting with each other, and then you drop
What?
in the
No,
whole, I'm going to die one day.
Well, they weren't playing. He was upset. He was he was clearly upset.
Yeah.
And he was fucking wailing on him. Like, there's a difference, and that's why I jumped straight on it. When they're play fighting, it's getting a bit rough. You leave it, but he was, like, full-on upset going at him. So I jumped on it. But, yeah, so when we say about when they're older, I'm like, yeah, they'll be way used to me, like, lecturing them about life.
Oh, here we go. His dad with another fucking lecture.
That's it.
Fuck off, Dad. I want to go to my room.
I've been telling you since you were 2.
I was fucking 2.
Wear a condom. Can you lead a bit?
Oh, your throat's sore.
Oh, fucking... It's been hard today.
Oh, tell me about it.
Not the day. I mean, I'm like... I've just struggled to be on my feet today. Like, just genuinely.
How's your leg?
just
He's
on my
hurt his
feet.
leg.
Yeah, don't they know?
No, because you did it during this week, didn't you? Or did you do it last
No,
week?
it was the week before. It was a week on Thursday.
That's another thing about getting to this age. The fucking days just merge into one.
Oh, days, months, years.
Because like I said, I was saying to some lad that I work with, some young agency lad just started 18, fresh-faced kid, like.
Yeah.
And he was on about, I found that time was going so much faster now.
So I loved how you did
And I
that.
was like, mate,
18, fresh-faced, baby oiled. Beautiful. So I've got this whole, like, fucking montage in my head now. There's fucking smoke behind him walking out.
you're a fucking wrestler.
Fresh faced. Carry on.
He was trying to talk about life and stuff, and we were listening to some, for better term of word, or some emo music came on, because I had some of my music on shuffle.
Nice.
And we were talking about music, and he was like, yeah, put this track on. He cued some tracks. They weren't to my liking, like, 'cause it was modern music.
You keep talking.
And I'm fussy like that. But he was on about when he had his like depressive phase when he was 14, 15. And like, without thinking, I just went, mate, it gets so much fucking worse.
Yeah.
Like, with just an instant reaction, I was like, 14, 15, I remember being that. It got worse.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing, like, you don't know shit when you're 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't know what problems he could have gone through. He could have had genuinely serious problems.
I'd like to assume at that age, he's probably had shit happen that he feel like he could have dealt with better. There's going to be a pile of shit where he felt like he could have done something and he didn't. And then there's probably the whole other bigger thing of like, he doesn't know where he's headed.
I suppose.
I'd say that would be a bigger thing. It'd be like, I'm not happy with where I'm at, what I've done. And then when it goes to where he's going, it'd be like, I don't even know where I'm going. And then when you're like that, you're like, what's the fucking point?
And I mean, to be
And you
fair,
get
thinking
down
about
and
it as well,
shit.
like, I'm 32 now. And for the first time in my life, I can see a point.
Yeah, because the
Like,
baby,
I know where I'm going.
you're going to be a dad.
Yeah.
It brings so much purpose to your life. Like, it
I
really
can't
does.
wait. I'm so excited. Absolutely love spending time with the little one, like with Nels.
Yeah.
Like, we get quite a lot of times, like just me and her lately. And
Yeah.
it is nice because
Oh.
we get on really well and we just play all day, and it's
Yeah.
nice. And I'd like to see she's going to be a really good big sister as well. You can tell because she's like obsessed with babies, as you know. Like she's always all over Mikey and that. Like she loves little kids,
Yeah, yeah.
so she'll be a really great big sister. Just hope she don't get jealous.
Yeah.
But I remember my mum telling me once that Gaz beat my biggest brother when the second one came along.
Yeah.
He beat the shit out of her when she was like in a cut. He got a He-Man sword and he just like wailing into her
What?
and stuff because like he's just so jealous. He still is.
Fuck.
He's still always like the golden child. And
Yeah.
He's always like, oh, you're giving stuff to them.
Right,
He's
yeah.
still got that mentality. I love him. I know he'd do anything for us.
Yeah.
But he's still got that mentality.
Okay.
Golden child. I'm the
Excuse me,
favourite.
guys.
My sister's the favourite.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Parents would never admit it. Amy's definitely the favourite.
that's me.
Ah.
Actually, I don't know. Used to be.
You're the favourite out of yours, aren't you?
Well, I was. I'd say Emma is now.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well,
Well, they see her every week.
I suppose.
That's my sister, by the way, obviously.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, I'd definitely say that's probably more to do with because you've got no direction and you don't know where you're headed.
Well, I remember when I was 18, all I cared about was trying to get laid.
Mm.
That was pretty much it. Call of Duty
God.
and trying to get laid. That was
To be
about
fair,
it when
yeah,
I was
I
18.
could segue into this pretty well actually. Now I think you've clarified it a bit better because it's the hindsight thing of what you've done with your time because you're getting older and like you're aware of your morality, so you're like you ain't gonna be around forever. Whereas when you're younger, you don't really.
I don't know.
You're waiting to get older, aren't you? When you're younger.
You can't wait, can you? But I remember being about 11, 12.
Yeah.
And like, I remember this vividly.
Yeah.
Like, just crying to my mum.
Harvey does it now.
Just
My
like,
6-year-old.
I don't want to die.
Harvey does it.
I'm like, Mum, I'm going to die one day. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like breaking down, like proper vivid when I was a kid saying I don't want to die.
Mate, I get it now. Like in the mornings, after time, I try and think it's always about the same sort of time. When is it now? But I get that quite often when everyone else is asleep, and I can't remember if I've slept for like half hour and then half woke up. But I'll often have nights when I'm lying there in bed and it's almost like a mini night terror, and I'm like, fuck, I ain't gonna be here one day.
It's terrifying,
Shit.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible.
But it's like, on one hand, it's like, but you won't know you're dead because you're dead.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It'd be like trying to imagine what it was like before you were born.
I like to think
Nothing.
I'm gonna be old as fuck, and I'm gonna be like, you get them old people where they're like, I've had a good life.
As long as I can still wipe my own ass and look after myself,
Yeah.
I'll get as old as I can. As soon as like my body parts start failing me and stuff, just fucking wheel me off a cliff. Just fucking wheel me off a cliff, man. I'll have a nice view on the way down. Like, I don't want to be a burden on anyone.
That's nice.
I don't want people to have to fucking look after me. Because I'm sure she won't mind me talking about this, one, because she never listens to the podcast, but there's a girl I work with, Leanne, and her husband, like his dad, had like a terrible accident, and he's paralysed.
For future reference, we can say things like this, but you can easily skip names. You can just say, there's someone at work.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. She won't even care. So.
Yeah, but in future, if you want to, like, you can do it like that.
He got an accident and he was like paralysed from like the chest, from about there down.
Yeah.
From like the neck down, like probably like in the chair and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if that was me, I'd have just killed myself.
Mm.
But they've really worked hard, and they've refitted the whole house and everything. Obviously, the wife's had to quit work.
Yeah.
And stuff because full-time carer.
Yep.
And I mean, I couldn't put that burden on someone. I know that obviously I think they'd be more upset if you did.
Well, the easy thing you do with this, you swap the shoes, don't you? So how would you feel if that was Soph?
Well, I wouldn't want her to kill herself.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you're a burden, but if she said that to you, like, "Oh, just like let me go. I don't want to be a burden to you." Your first words would be, "You're not a burden to me," wouldn't it?
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's a touchy subject, isn't it? I mean, I am pro euthanasia.
What's that again?
When you have the right to end your own life. There's that clinic in Switzerland.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like people, you can fly there, and then it's basically like a pet, like an animal getting put to sleep.
Shit.
So like, if I ever had like crippling cancer and stuff, I'd try and get as many fun things as I could done. And then I'd just be like, well, I've lived my good life, just end it. Because I wouldn't want to sit in a hospital bed suffering.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't let a beloved family pet go through that.
It's an awkward one, isn't it? Because like, you go from the side of like the individual, and you think like, you could be along the lines of like, you're just constantly being like looked after by like this fucking pill or this surgery or anything, just to literally keep you breathing, alive, but not really having any quality of life, as they'd say. Whereas you think, like, man, like, fuck this, man. There's younger people that need more help than me to like live a life. Yeah. But then you think of like the people in your life, but like they want you around every minute as you can. But then you could argue, is it selfishness on their part?
That's what I mean. It's a big fucking talking point.
Nice.
I think at the end of the day, it's your life. It is your right.
Yeah.
As long as you've got your affairs in order, and you've spoke to your family and stuff. I mean, you'd want them to approve of it and agree with it. But I mean, if God forbid, my dad ever got something like
Sorry,
this.
I'm laughing because of the way you started the podcast. We're talking about birthdays, whereas now it feels like this podcast is about death.
I know, but now we're on the roll. We're on the train now, aren't we? You know
train. Well done.
Speak to the devil.
Perfect.
But it's like, God forbid, say if my dad was struck down by some kind of illness now. I know it'd be hard, but I wouldn't want to have to go and see him in hospital all the time and see him suffering in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
It'd be like, and if my dad did say, like, I don't want to be here anymore, you're obligated to help him, really.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to see anyone I love in pain like that.
Exactly. Oh. It's a difficult one.
It is. I just think we're kept alive for a lot longer than we should be. I think I'd rather go down in my prime. That's what I mean. As soon as I can't wipe my own arse or feed myself, that's it. Just.
I suppose some people can live into the fucking 80s being quite mobile.
Well, that's what I mean. As long as I'm fit. Like, there was one of my granny's brothers or something. No, brothers-in-laws of some kind of distant Welsh side of the family.
Yep.
He was like 95 and he was still swimming every day, playing tennis every day.
Shit.
And like, he was like fitter than me.
Nice.
And I was like, mate, if I can get that old do that shit, fuck yeah, I'll keep living. And I like that. So I'm hoping all this working out that we do, this just kind of daily getting in the routine of doing shit like that.
That's the idea of it.
Keep me fitter for longer.
Yeah.
I don't want to just sit in a chair every day now and that's it. Just fucking mould into a fucking chair and die.
Because you find people like athletic people that really fucking push it. By the time they get to old, like, they're fucked.
Yeah, I remember Jocko talking about extreme yoga and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like he was on about like a bit of yoga and that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, to keep you kind of flexible and limber. But he's like, you get the people that take it to like the advanced fucking levels, and he's like, now they're fucking hips are fucked. They got arthritis everywhere, and so you can kind of go one or two ways. That's why this light regime that we do, I suppose it's beneficial in the long run, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we don't push ourselves, we don't kill ourselves doing it.
I'm sure.
Like when I did 100 the other day.
Yeah.
If it weren't for my jab I had that day,
with
a bit of a dead arm, I felt fine. I could have done 100 again that day.
Way better.
And that's I'd rather do 100 a day spread out of the day rather than do like 50 in the morning and really push it, and then I'm fucked for 2 days.
I'm sure it's Ricks and Gracie, one of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Yes.
Like the guy that's known as like, because it comes from quick like fucking information for you, is that it was Jiu-Jitsu, right? That was the fucking original thing.
Yeah.
And then this Gracie family, the Runt brother, was like shit. No, I'm sure he actually had a medical condition where like he wasn't strong and he was very lethargic, like he'd get out of breath.
Isn't it ME? Isn't that ME or something?
No, it's something else. But basically he got like out of breath really quick, like he'd run up the stairs and be really out of breath.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do it like his brothers and the rest of the family were doing it. But he took on what he saw, and then basically I think the little story is someone come in for a lesson one day and like the main brother weren't there, and he's like, well, I'll teach you then. And he taught the guy the things he'd been doing, and it's all the way Brazilian jiu-jitsu now is because the Gracies were a Brazilian family. It's around like very effortless techniques. It's about using people's leverage against them.
The weight against them and stuff.
Yeah, it's because he had no strength and he had no cardio.
Into it,
just all stuff like that, talking like you know it.
I've heard of the theory. It makes sense.
So that's the thing. So it's called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because they're Brazilian, or some people call it Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. But often like Gracie Barra is like a very big like school that I've got them all over the world and whatnot. So the point of getting to is like within that realm, within that family, the main fucking guy, I'm sure it's Rickson. He was basically like the bollocks. Apparently like the family would meet every year and he'd smash everyone. Like he's the fucking bollocks. But he was on a podcast that I listened to the other day and he's like I'm fucked. My back's fucked. My knee's fucked. Like his whole body's just a mess because he would just be practicing all the time.
100%.
Because it was early days in the family. If anyone from any other martial art came to challenge them, he'd just go fight them. Sort of thing to prove that theirs was better. Like he was just always ready to fight constantly. Like it wasn't like he'd do a fight camp or anything. He was just always fight ready and he'd just always fight with jiu-jitsu, obviously. Yeah. But now it's like he's done it that much. Yeah, I think so all the discs in his back are fucked. There's like nothing left in between them and blah de blah. I'm like, yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So he's got that whole legend behind him, but now like the pain in that he's in and everything like daily and just like nah.
Fuck that.
Good, thanks. I'd rather just be good at it, have fun at it. And that'll do me.
Well, you know, a couple of moves and you have fun when you do it. It's a nice fitness thing for you. That's all that matters. Anyway.
Apart from my leg, which fucked me up recently. This was an awkward one though. I don't want to segue too much in this episode, but like with my leg.
This whole podcast is one segue.
Oh, I know, it's fucking terrible, especially since getting you on. So yeah, I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I did learn more 2 years ago when I hurt my elbow, which is a lot better now.
But it's still not perfect.
It's still not perfect.
My elbow's still
I'll never know
well.
if it was the move in Jiu-Jitsu, because it was an arm bar, where basically an arm bar is where they get your body in a position where you can't move it. They get your arm and it's a hyperextension, so they bend it like the wrong way. So it's like fuck, so you tap. But then like 2 weeks after that was when we were going to the gym because we were being fannies and we didn't want to come out in here and work out because it was cold in the mornings.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd go to the gym.
2 weeks at that gym.
Oh, it's terrible. And I went for some big
awful,
weighted dips. And like my form went to shit, and I just felt my elbow go. So I'll never know if it was that really done it or the armbar.
I mean, the armbar probably started it, and
didn't
then
help.
doing that's just fucks it up even
But
more.
with the armbar, I didn't tap soon enough because I was being stubborn. So since then, I really learned, mate, tap early, tap often. It's a good saying.
Yeah, 'cause you're just rolling, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're getting to another scrap soon enough.
So like when I do it now, often if someone gets me to a position where they've got a submission, and I'm like, before it's even as we say like fully on. I'm like, if they've got the position and I know they're going to get it, I'm like, I'd rather, kind of like you with Pokemon, I'd rather tap.
Just forfeit if you know
I'd rather tap, forfeit, start again. So I get more rolls in that way, I can learn more. Like
There's
it's
no
better.
point being stubborn if it's just going to hurt you.
Exactly.
If they've got you in a hold, you're like, I'm not going to be able to get out of it.
Or even if I know like they've done the sequence of moves, the last move is like the finishing part of it, I can't think of any way to get out. I'm like, mate, yeah, you've got it. I've had a few people moan at me like, I didn't even have it on, mate. I'm like, yeah, but you had the position. Like, you won. Like, I'm giving it to you. Let's just reset and we'll go again. Like, quit your bitching.
So that's a win for you, what you're whinging about?
Yeah, but the thing that happened to me last week, a week on Thursday, it's Sunday today, I had a dominant position. I had a body lock.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I'm saying, yeah.
So the time I was in pain with the move the guy was doing, I didn't tap because I was confused. And you know how it's like with this sort of stuff, like the time feels like it goes seconds in your head, but it's probably actually longer.
Yeah.
But all I remember was just thinking like, ow, this hurts, but why?
Yeah.
So if it's a position I knew, I'd have been like, I'd have tapped before it got to hurting because I know what they were doing. Whereas this was hurting and I spent too long thinking like, I'm meant to be winning. I've got you in a body lock. Like, I didn't have the body lock fully on though, but I was trying to get, I still had his back and had my arms around his fucking neck. I'm like, if you'd have took a picture, like, mate, you're fucking him up.
Yeah.
Like, if I showed you, anyone that didn't know. But yeah, so the way he fucking done it, I didn't have the body lock quite full. Anyway, and it was effectively like a calf slice, so it's pushing my right shin bone into the back of my calf, but like leveraging my left foot down with his whole leg. So like really tight. And I did tap. I remember tapping and going, I don't know what you're doing, but that fucking hurts, so I'm tapping. Like, get off me.
Yeah.
And then he explained what it was. And then I was like, oh, so it was an actual move then. So now I'm like, yeah, if it just hurts, I'm just going to tap.
Yeah.
Because I've lost quite a lot of work now. A bit last week and a bit this week.
It has had its repercussions, isn't it, to be fair?
And like, I can't get around the house. It's fucking horrible. Like, I'm just about fucking walking. Oof. It's just like, I could do without this, man.
So you've had your repercussions. What are you saying about tomorrow morning, though?
Work.
Because like working out. Because I'm good.
I want you here.
Do my own
I want to get on it.
Okay.
I still want to get up in the morning.
Okay.
Like, this is what I mean. We can do the incremental through the day, but I still think it's good to start the day by getting up.
Even just getting
here.
Yeah.
Just starting the reps for the day. You know what I mean? Just doing the first couple sets just to start the day, but it's not the workout.
Sound.
And I'd rather that, because I'm just going to not do squats while my legs like this, obviously.
Yeah,
but I've been doing my push-ups, my pull-ups, my dips.
Yeah, I saw you posting.
My planche thing.
Yeah, decent.
So,
Yeah,
I still do them. So it's nice, but it gets me off my arse straight away, so I'm not faffing. And you.
Yeah,
gets us here. If anything, we should probably start doing our 10-minute cardio again, really.
Well, you're not running anywhere, are you?
Good point. I'll think of something else I can do. I'll see how the bike feels.
Give it a go.
Like on a steady. I could do something to get out of breath.
Suppose.
You know what I mean? Even if it was shadow boxing or something on one leg.
We'll just punch the fucking out the shit. Punch the fuck out of your punching bag.
The only problem with that is that early in the morning it's really rackety. This is where it'd be good if we had like a proper gym.
And you might tie your arms for your pull-ups, to be fair.
Don't worry about it. Take it. Bring it on. What was I
don't know, I was going to say, as we're about to hit the half an hour mark, one, do your camera.
Yep, cool.
And two, should we go into the what have you been up to this week segment?
I don't know yet. Let me do the camera. Hello, camera back.
And we're back.
Because there was another point about coming back to the original theme that I wanted to touch on. Oh, because I started to get into it and then you pulled me back. I'm going to sip some water. Sorry, guys.
He's a thirsty boy.
That's it. Do you want to start to segue while I have a quick think?
I don't know what were we talking about that you're thinking about.
Obviously, yeah, because I didn't say it.
Were we on about the whole euthanasia thing?
No, it's more of like a hindsight thing.
Oh, hindsight's always
like that's it. More like trying
I also think you regret the things you didn't do more than the things you did do.
I think this is what I was trying to get onto is like, because when you originally mentioned about like the age and blah blah blah, looking back, getting older, thing like that, you learn a lot more to just have a go at stuff and less regrets.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
You know what I mean? So like, I'd rather just have a fucking go at something. I'd rather just say this to that person because you know you've learned from your earlier years that like all those regrets and how much they fucking eat away at you. Like, what if I'd have done this? What if I'd have said that? What if I'd have gone there? What if I'd have joined in that day? What if? It's like, you don't. They're hot. They fucking eat at you, and they're really heavy.
I mean, in and of themselves, regret.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
There's literally nothing you can do.
So all you can do is preempt the future by going right. I'm gonna do shit now.
I remember you big one on that point as well. I remember you telling me ages ago when about raising your kids with that in mind.
Yeah.
Saying like, as long as they try it.
Yeah.
And they give it their all. If they then turn and say they don't want to do it and they don't like it, that's fair enough. But they've got to try it first.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way to be in it.
Yeah.
Because I've let fear of being embarrassed and fear of doing this shit like that. Like, that's held me back a lot.
Oh, we've done it with the music together. Fucking.
Held me back a lot.
You said it yourself again when you mentioned this concept to me about not exercising more when we were younger. Why did we start this sooner? Man,
if we'd have started this 10 years ago.
Think
what we could be doing now if we'd started this 10 years ago. Maybe we're doing flags and tucks and planches.
I started. Fuck. How long ago was it? When
think if you'd have started this podcast 5 years ago.
This is what I mean. Like, there's this because I've been thinking about doing something like this for fucking years. Again, yeah, wish I had.
Regret. But now, at least now you've done it. Imagine if you hadn't done any of this and you were sitting there now. Think how bad you'd feel.
Oh, definitely. Like, you can always pull it back to that. Like, at least, like with us, with the exercise, with the podcast, at least I made a start. But there's still people out there with things like that, whereas they still haven't started. Like I said, I can remember when I'd have loved to have vlogged with my fitness stuff when I first had the concept of it, and when I first put up my first pull-up bar. Because people see that gym that's in the garden, and like on the vlogs and stuff, and I've had other people that come, oh, you got, I love the setup you got in your garden, da da da. And I think they feel like it wasn't there one day, and then it was. Whereas like I built up a bar at a time.
It would have been nice seeing you.
There were stages of it.
Exactly. Years, like with this just the one bar, and it's like, oh, I've added this bit, and
like,
I built this
again,
bit.
I wish I'd done like a video, like my initial. Not introduction, but concept of it, where I was like, when I was younger, I did weights. I did that whole thing. And at the time, I remember thinking to myself, I was getting great in the gym. I was lifting more weight. I was improving. but I just felt like it didn't apply to life. Like, it weren't helping me in my day-to-day.
Yeah.
So it made me question, like, what am I doing this for? Am I doing it because just aesthetics? Like, I just want to look bigger. Whereas, like, I've never had that much of an ego. No offence to the people that do it for that. If that's how you genuinely feel, and like maybe it's an insecurity thing, you need to feel bigger and muscular about yourself. Want to feel, but like, fine, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me at the time, I was like, I wanted it to be more impactful, like a reason for doing it. And at the time, this is when I was like late teens. At that time, I remember thinking to myself, it makes sense to get good with my own body weight, with my own body. And at the time, that free running was really big. So there's a lot of people doing stuff like that, and they would do like flags, like stuff like that.
I think a lot of calisthenics came from parkour and all that kind of free.
It's more gymnastics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it really, really came from, I think.
I'd love to do gymnastics.
So yeah, when it come a couple of years later to when I wanted to start doing some form of exercise and whatnot, especially for my back issues, which I want to do a separate video about, because one of the main reasons I started doing bodyweight training, fucking hell, I'm rabbiting now because I'm running out of breath, was because I had severe back issues for years. And I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah. And I went with that, and I remember thinking to myself, I want to start exercising again, I want to do something, I want to sort my body out. And I was like, I don't want to do weights or anything, I just want to get good at my own body weight. So I Googled pull-up workout, thought, is that a thing? And then it just come up, calisthenics. This thing, I was like, ooh, looked into it, I was like, it's a thing. The idea in my head, it's a thing. Like, you just work with your body. And I was like, this is amazing. So that's why I got like the... And I literally started, I could only do, I swear I could only do like 1 or 2 pull-ups. And I started with my concept that I preach now. So like, I was like, right, if I could only do 1 or 2, I'm going to do that every day. And I did. And every day I'd go to the one bar, which is now the one with the pit underneath it.
Yeah.
And it used to be in front of the shed, because there used to be a shed there. And I'd just walk up to the shed, grab the bar, and I'd do 2 every day when I go back from work. And eventually one day, like, I could do 10. Like, it built up, like, I could do 3, and then I could do 4, 5, 10. And it built up, and it was getting on quite well. And then the crash, which I was going to do the podcast about tonight, that happened. And then I couldn't do it. I was in pain because of the crash for like months, so I couldn't do any pull-ups. Do you remember from when I worked at UPS?
Oh yes.
I used to be on the Proxy Diazepam, and the Codamol Proxy Diazepam. Yeah. And I got immune to them fuckers. Like, eventually it didn't do shit because I was just had that many of them. So yeah, I'm obviously segued quite a bit there, but that for me is a big like kind of regret. I'm happy that I'm finally doing it now. Like, that is a lot better. I finally made a start. I'm doing it. I'm doing something. I've got the channel. I'm working at You're Here with me doing it. And it's fucking great. But I will always have that little voice of like, yeah, but what if you'd have done it?
The thing is, you're always going to have that.
And so that's what I'm getting at, is like, you learn that because everyone does it. When you get a bit older, you do as little of that as possible. You either just don't give a fuck about stuff. So instead of being like, oh, what if I do that? You know what? I don't even fucking bother. Fuck it. Don't care anymore. Or you're like, you go the other way of, instead of doing a what if, like, I'm just going to go fucking do it because then I know. Well, I tried it. Didn't work.
Yeah.
I know now. So instead of being like, oh, what if I'd have tried that? I'm like, I tried it, mate. It didn't fucking work. Or I tried it and I had lots of fun. I actually enjoyed it now. Or like, I tried it and now that woman's my wife. Or, you know what I mean? Sort of thing. Like, it's just, yeah. I like that.
Fear of failure as well.
But I think I'm worried more about the people that don't care or pretend they don't care.
I think everyone cares. I think everyone cares a little bit. Everyone wants a better life. Everyone wishes they did better for themselves.
Do they, though?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think it's a basic human
Do you?
trait. Do I what?
Do you feel like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel like...
Because I feel this is what we touched on the other week about people that when I said about like have that job with them in their 30 years and blah, and then they're just kind of...
Yeah,
I think
deep down, yeah, but deep down for me, it's like, I do care about my job.
Okay.
I like my job.
Okay.
When it's going well, it's really good. I know what I'm doing. I'm comfortable. I know my team. And when you do help people, especially with the whole lost and found department, I am pretty much like... I've had people like sincere like thank you notes and emails. And, like, you know, you found our lost stuff, like childhood memories and stuff. We found all sorts of stuff for people, and it is quite rewarding. And
you ruined it a bit for yourself because you said the word comfortable.
Yeah, I know, because I am comfortable, and
that's
I like...
almost like when again you went into Game of Thrones and they're like
da.
But that's what the word comfort did to me there. You were like, I enjoyed it, I'm comfortable. It's like, oh, okay.
But I am.
So everything else you said after that word is like irrelevant.
It's because I like it.
It's because you're comfortable.
Yeah,
you basically went like, I'm comfortable,
being comfortable.
But I do enjoy it. It's like it's too late. You already said you're comfortable.
I do enjoy it. What's wrong with being comfortable?
Nothing. It's a thing, and it's a psychology thing. It's like ideally, human growth is found in discomfort. Because you don't grow when you're comfortable. Fact. Nothing, not point. This is I'm not digging at you. I'm not digging at you, honestly.
Sounds like it.
Sorry, like, it's a life thing. Like, you don't grow when you're just doing the same thing. Like, yeah, that's just a life thing. It's not wrong.
You want to go for that promotion and all.
Which is good. This is what I mean, because of how you typically are. When you said that, I was like, ooh, that's different for you. That's good.
That's only because I don't want some random guy coming in that doesn't know the job telling me how to do my job.
Discomfort.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And you're looking at doing what?
And it's the easier thing for me because I might as well go for it because I don't want to have this new guy come in and then I train him anyway to do shit I already know.
Discomfort
I might as well take it.
Equals growth. Agree? Yeah, that's what's happening.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know I'm fucking right. Because you're on about the discomfort of having some fucking else in either telling you how to do the job, or the discomfort of training some cunt that's going to be over you how to do the job. So they're discomfort, so you're deciding to grow and go for the job above yours.
It'd just be a lot less hassle.
See? Comfort. See? I love it. I love when it works. Because it's just true, in my opinion. That's like psychological facts. That's just
I know. You're always fucking right, I know.
No, I'm not always right.
Yes, you
I'm human. I can't always be right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know some things. Let's segue then. Go on, do your little jaunty tune.
It's going to be really depressing what we've been up to this week, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's true. That's how we are.
What have you been up to this week? He's been injured.
Yeah, depressed.
Pretty much.
This week's been tough. It's fucking wank. I even put it on my socials. I put a little video up, I think, Friday, and then I've done in my story yesterday with a couple images of me doing like a pull up and push up and that in my kitchen, going like, sorry I've not been that active with the content. Life's been beating me lately, but I'm going to start pushing back. Because I mean, well, last podcast we've done it on escapism because I've been struggling.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So I've had like this week, the eBay thing and my eBay account getting hacked has still been a fucking ball ache.
I can't believe that's still going on.
I didn't really work. Did I work Tuesday? I had my counselling again for my PTSD from a car crash, which is going to be a special episode I'm going to do about at a later date. I've not decided when yet. But that's hard because I have to like go through all that and then go to work. So like, I didn't really book too much. Actually, no, that day was hard because we're worried about money because it's a real issue at the minute, not proper. And I only had this one job booked, and then the customer was like, "Oh, actually, I'm not in till 2." I was like, "Oh."
Huh.
So I'm gonna have to. So I've got me counselling from 10 till 11. I'm gonna have to wait till 2 to go do your job. And then normally I'd be like, "Well, fuck that. Then I ain't gonna go.
Yeah.
I'll rebook them. Have the rest of the day off." But I tried. I actually tried. I had another customer message me on that day and was like, "Oh, I want this doing." I'm like, "Actually, yeah, cool. I can get to you this morning." "Oh, yeah, not into morning." And then another one messaged me like, "I want this doing, da da da." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, picture, wicked, yeah, be this much." And actually, I can get to you this afternoon. "Oh, no, I'm not in today." So then, once I had 2 do that, I was like, "What's the fucking point? What am I trying? Why am I trying to make an effort to fit more work in? Like, fuck this." So I can't remember that. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure. Did I do it? I can't even remember if I fucking did it. I feel like I rebooked her. I might have when I'd done it at 2 o'clock. And then that was it. But either way, like, I'd done that one little job. I think I swapped like 2 light fittings. And that was it. So that was fucking Tuesday. Wednesday was my son's birthday. And because of how I am with family and stuff, and which is very crash related, which again I'll get into another day, I ain't working my son's birthday. Like, good fucking luck. So whole day off Wednesday. Thursday had the solicitor come, which is our 4th solicitor to do with the claim from the fucking crash, because she was coming at 2 o'clock on the day. In the afternoon, I didn't really told myself I didn't really want to do too much work in case the job ran over, because this is the 4th solicitor, and the fact she was coming to the house, I'm like, I need to get a lot across to this bitch and get her on fucking point with me, because she hasn't been. So that was more important at the time. So I just done quotes like that morning. On the bright side, all the quotes are done. I priced them there and then and booked a date with them there and then. They all wanted the work doing. So that's something that the weeks coming should be better because I got work booked.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much like. And I didn't work Friday because the job was fitting extract fans in lofts, and with how much pain I was doing with my leg, I'm like, I barely walk around the house, let alone climbing up into lofts and crawling around. Yeah. I'm like, good luck with that. So I basically didn't fucking work last week. So then I got the missus worrying about money because it was the baby's.
It's not even like you could like call in sick or something for the week.
Nope.
Like I can, is it?
Nothing like that. Like the missus was worrying, and Friday I'd booked a long day, and I was pretty much going to make the week's money in that day.
In that one day.
Like, that was going to be most of the money. And it was going to sort out, like, as the shop over the weekend, sorting out the kids, like, bouncy castle for his birthday and whatnot. yes, you can get into that thing of like, if you ain't got much money, why are you buying a bouncy castle? It's like, have a fucking family, then talk to me, cunt. So then one of the wife's friends actually loaned us the money to pay the bouncy castle people, and then my mum lent me a bit of money, which I pretty much never bother normally asking her, to sort the Asda shop out over the weekend.
It's nice that she gave you the money though.
Yeah, when she sent it me, my fucking phone bill came out, didn't it? Swallowed half of it, so I quickly sent the rest to fucking. Yeah, and then over the weekend I've had eBay fucking ringing me like, oh yeah, you need to give us this fucking money. I'm like, fuck off, my account got hacked. I told you about it. It's your fault. Piss off. So yeah, it's been a fucking shit week. I hate how much it's related to money. Like, but it is.
Mate, a lot of 90% of all our problems can be solved with a bit more money.
When you struggle with the basics, it's fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the juggling. And obviously because I haven't been, so like it's been hard for me because money. It's been hard for me because work, because of money. They're like, I don't want to fucking work anyway, but I've got to because money. And then because I felt like this, and like we didn't see you this week for workouts and stuff, and I didn't really get up in the mornings for myself. Didn't have any like content really to push for the socials and whatnot, which is what I'm trying to move towards. Then felt shitty about that. So it was like, pile it on, guys, just to layer it on, lather me in your bullshit.
Sorry, I had a fucking nightmare getting a car, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you said.
Because I went online, I did that cinch thing.
Right.
When they dropped the car off to you.
Right, yeah.
And I got it all sorted out. Picked out this car that I wanted. It's a nice big family car. I was like, alright, that'll do, sound. I need to get a new car. My car's falling to pieces. I'll get this one.
Fair enough.
Got it all sorted. Found a car. Blah, blah, blah. Got the delivery date. I was like, right, sweet. I'm going to go wait for it to come in. And about an hour, I'd signed all the online financial agreements and everything.
Yeah.
And then about 20 minutes before it's supposed to be delivered, I had a call saying, we found a fault with your car. One of the back seats is loose.
What?
Right, apparently one of the back seats is loose. And I was like, aren't you meant to do these checks before you get the car out on road?
Yeah.
This was like a last minute check. The driver went and did a check on the car before they dropped it off.
Right.
So why aren't you meant to do these like 400 fucking point checks and that before you even sell them?
Yeah.
So why is this just happening now?
Yeah.
And then they fucked it off. They said, oh, we're going to have to take it back, get it fixed, and we'll be in touch with you.
Yeah.
They didn't get in touch with me for 2 days.
Right.
So I was like, at this point, I'd taken my insurance and my tax off my car and everything, so I was waiting for this new one. So I called them up and I was like, I ain't got a fucking car. You said you'd get back in touch with me about this car. Yeah. You ain't got back in touch with me about this car. I'm ringing you to find out what's happening. Yeah. And then they went, oh yeah, it's due booked in the garage on Thursday, so we could have it to you like Saturday, Monday time. And I was like, that's no good. I've got a pregnant girlfriend. Yep. I've got a small child that she's, small stepchild. I've got to get to work. I can't really rely on people. And, I need my car. Yeah. And I was like, do you know what, just fucking cancel it. I just want it all cancelled, blah, 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 done. And then I got it all cancelled, and I just went to a fucking garage. Yeah. Saw this Fiesta I liked. I was like, I'll have that now. Within 20 minutes, I had this new fucking car.
Oh, wicked.
But I've had a bit of a stress because I'd signed those online financial agreements. Ugh. I had a text off the finance company going, oh, welcome to your finance plan for this new car. Blah, blah, blah. Click on this link to see all this shit. And I was like, shit, I better check my bank. So I went online and checked my bank. Yeah. And it had not debited yet, but in my direct debits was this financial company. So I was like, cancel the direct debit, thank you very much. So I cancelled that, and I've had loads of confirmation emails from the car company saying it has definitely been cancelled. Yep. So they've let the finance company know, or so they told me on the phone, they let the finance company know, but I'm like, well, why are these fucking texting me and shit? So I've cancelled the direct debit, I've got the paperwork come through the post for it and everything. Yeah. So I'm keeping hold of that, and if they fucking kick off, I'm going to send them emails and be like, it was fucking cancelled, like, don't you dare. Because I'm worried that it's going to really affect my fucking credit rating. Yeah. They try and take money out of my bank, I've cancelled the direct debit, but that's my credit rating fucked. Because I've got quite a good credit score.
So fuck it. It wouldn't help.
Well, that's what I mean. So like, I've kept all these fucking emails, I've kept all this paperwork, and it's just a fucking nightmare. Absolute, from fucking start to finish, I've just been fucking stressed out about it.
These are the kind of little stories and things that people have all the fucking time.
I know.
All the time there's some shit. For me, that's my eBay story that you've just said. Yeah. For me, this recently. Whole fucking thing, phone calls, whatnot, telling this cunt, that cunt, they've said this one said that, blah de blah, fucking constantly. And it's fucking ball ache. And when that shit gets chucked on top of the normal shit that is your life, it's like, man, fuck off.
It feels like it just pushes you over the fucking edge sometimes.
Like, everyone's got a
story
already
dealing
like
with this shit I'm dealing with. Don't fucking put this on me.
Like, if it ends a story about a car, like, trying to get one, it's about the car that's fucking broke, or it's about, like, the kid's fucking school, or something to do at work. Like, I'm often find myself being agony aunt. It's one of the, again, reasons to start this podcast, because for fucking ever, as far as I can remember. I've been so many different people's fucking agony aunt. And I just because I'm a naturally good like conversationalist and listener and whatnot, I'm one of the fucking dads at the fight club I go to. Pretty much every fucking time I took my kids to fight club, for that hour whilst I'm sat outside, I'd pretty much just listen to this one guy's stories about work. He would just talk about work the whole time. The whole fucking thing. He worked for like some fuel company and then something about, I can't remember the exact details because I don't fucking know and I can only pay attention. Obviously I don't know what the fuck he's on about, but I got the gist about the social side of it, you know, the relationships with co-workers and whatnot. So basically I had this co-worker tell him, do this, fuck it, be alright. Weren't alright, and it was on camera. Bosses pulled him in. What the fuck happened? He just went, he told me to do this. Like, fuck it, like, I need this job, I've got a fucking family. Like, he shouldn't have told me to do that. He told me to do it. It's his fucking fault. But then, like, after that, he was then worried about the guy at work. Like, oh, he's going to know, like, a dog done him, so he's, like, kind of a friend, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So then every time I saw him, like, oh, so did he talk? Because I think in the end, he, like, manned up and told him. It was like, look, I told him the fucking truth, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't talk to him, so then every time I'd see him, like, I'd instigate it because I knew he'd fucking talk about it. I'd be like, so as that guy spoke to at work, yeah, he was like, oh man, he's been really fucking awkward, and that would just set him off for the hour then, and he just fucking rab it along. But that's what I mean, people always have just stuff stories, shit, there's always just something you wouldn't think, because from the outside, you're just going like, well, yeah, just general, like, got kids, work, job, blah, blah. It can be hard sometimes with each one of those things, with money or work or kids, family, relationships in general, like trying to keep on top of things with the partner, wife, etc. But then something extra. There's always just something extra. Every now, sometimes there's more extra things, which is when people really fucking struggle. But yeah, I think it was really good of you to slip that. That's why, like, I didn't think, why is he telling this? Cause, like, it's a fucking good example. That's just some bullshit you've had to deal with this week that you could have done with not having to deal with.
And like I said, not doing the working out in the morning as well. I mean, look, I did hit the 100 pull-ups.
See, this is what I mean by
good.
The concept. Me and James going to the fitness thing,
but it's more for me. It's the win in the morning.
Exactly. It
gets you in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, because
I always drive to work in a much better mood. 1,000,000%. Because I got up and I did something.
Yeah, like we're not doing a full workout, really, are we anymore? Because we're just doing it throughout the day. We're doing the incremental thing because it works way better for a busy lifestyle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, and progress is way better.
I do want to start pushing it a bit more. I might do like 4 or 5 sets of the pull-ups before I go.
Okay.
Rather than 3.
I'd maybe use the mornings to do more of your
I suppose my core
your techniques.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like pick a technique, handstand, planche, front lever, something, and just every day when you do the morning workout, just practice that every day.
I suppose.
So if you do that once a day, like forever now, that'll get better. But then your basic stuff, pull-ups, push-ups, squats.
Well, I can't do push-ups. Maybe I'm still fucked again.
Okay, well, the
I'll try on Monday. I haven't tried for a week or 2, so I'll try some on Monday.
Try wide. Remember when I first started doing it again with my elbow? I went wide, elbows wide out, and it helped so much. And then I gradually brought my elbows in, didn't I?
Yeah.
And how long over did I've done it over months, didn't I?
Yeah, true. I'll give it a go.
Like, I didn't do it for a week. I did it for ages.
Yeah.
And even when I started doing a normal push-up again, I was doing like 5 for ages, weren't I? I wanted to push it to 10.
I'll see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll do something tomorrow, see how it goes.
Take it really easy. Just try wide, and if you can do 5 wide, don't push past that. Don't think, I'll try more. Just stop there, because you haven't done any push-ups for fucking ages now. If you can do 5 wide ones tomorrow, stick with that, and just do 5 wide ones every morning now for the next 4 weeks.
No.
And do not push it. Don't try and do 10. Don't try and do 15. Just stick to that. Because again, this comes back to your original thing about, like, with life. When you're younger, you're like, need that fucking next year. Like, this year, this month. Yeah. Whereas we know how quick time goes. So if you could do that every day, before you know it, mate, it's going to be 2 years gone.
True.
6 months. You know what I mean?
You're always right. Such a wise old elf.
I'm not always right.
You're a wise old elf.
I know some stuff. I'm not always right. I can't. I'm human. Humans are not always right. Right, we're gonna fucking...
Should we wrap it?
Yeah, man. I think it's a nice conversation. Nice talking to you.
Nice.
It got a bit dark in places.
Alright, real though, innit?
Bit dark. Thanks again for all the support. Even the guy that delivered my kid's bouncy castle said he'd started checking out the podcast. So I forgot your name, bud, but if you're checking out this episode, cheers for listening. As well with all of you. I think we need,
what do we always forget? What do we always forget?
This is what I was just about to say. You know, like on the Jocko one.
Please rate and subscribe.
I think you just need like
Not
a little
subscribe,
bit you do at the end.
It's rate and
I don't
leave
know.
a comment. Yeah, with podcasts it helps massively if you
rate it
if
and
you
leave
leave
a
us a
comment.
couple of stars and leave a comment, it helps the algorithms or whatever.
Cool. Do you know podcast and I know YouTube where it's like, subscribe, hit the bell, and comments as well?
Because I know the more comments are on a podcast, it goes higher up the rankings.
To be fair,
I don't think it depends what the comments are.
Whenever I think of this sort of stuff, I'd like to have comments on the YouTube videos just to see what people are thinking. Just to see if they are enjoying it. Just if it's someone like, I enjoyed it this week. Like I can't remember the guy, but there was someone that commented, it was on the last episode of the episode before, saying, I think it was like, love the intros and outros, like, keep it up, guys. It's really nice.
Yeah, just some feedback.
Yeah, even if it's like...
Even if it's criticism, at least please make it constructive.
Yeah, even
Don't
if...
just be a dick.
I'd quite happily have a comment going, you segued a bit too much this week, guys. Cheers, XYZ, Paul, fucking Joe Blogs. Wicked, we'll try and rein it in a little bit more. Like, because I might agree with you there. Obviously, you can't agree with everyone.
No.
But it'd just be nice to have the thoughts of like, oh, why are they thinking that? Is this good? Is it bad? Sort of thing. And just to know that you listen.
Bit of feedback, yeah. Just, some nice comments would be nice.
Yeah, man.
But thank you very much to anyone that does listen. It does mean a lot to us.
Always. Very much so. Very well. That's
very,
why we're
very appreciative.
fucking doing this, yeah. We don't come here every week to yak for the fucking fun of it.
Aye.
I don't know. I enjoy it. I like it.
I like talking.
Yeah. Fuck it, we do. It's all good. Daddy Jane Gaming on Instagram.
Daddy Jane Gaming on Instagram.
Rise.road.
Jayne. Daddy
go.
Jane Gaming. All one word.
Rise.road on Instagram and Ryan's Road 22 Facebook. As always, it's on
Jags.
YouTube, Ryan's Road Podcast, YouTube, and Ryan's Road Fitness on YouTube. If you want to see
Oh, do you know what I just thought?
me and James working out.
Oh, I just thought
What you fucking
we
thought?
might have to do the podcast on Friday next week because you know what happens on Sunday at 6 o'clock?
No idea.
The NFL kicks off.
So?
The NFL kicks off, Ryan.
So?
The NFL kick. Do you want me in here all Sunday checking my score, checking my lineups for the fantasy?
Yeah. I don't mind. I'll talk. I mean, we were doing it on a Friday before anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind.
Oh no, I suppose though, because Sophie's got Fridays off now.
Yeah.
Friday evenings off, and I think Simone was thinking about getting some games nights in before the baby's born.
Oh, okay. Well, it's entirely up to you.
So, to be fair, I think Sunday does work better anyway, all round.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do Sundays. It's fine.
You sure?
I could just miss the first set of games. It's fine.
Can you?
Well, it's not start late. It kicks off at 6, so I can still watch the first half. It's alright.
Yeah.
And by the time the first half's happened, I wouldn't know if I'm winning or losing that week anyway, so don't worry about it.
Just going to now take. No one cares.
Yep. See ya. Go
Right.
Jags.
Love you guys. Speak to you. See you next week.
See you next week. Smiles.
Should be savvy.
Hello. Are we doing a volume test? Doing a volume test, or we're just going?
I think we're just going, man.
Just listen to it first, because you know what? We don't want to finish this and it's really quiet and stuff. So just try it.
Okay, fine. Big Dicks and Willy Waffles.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
In a proper puffy.
Say it.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a coffee. Go on, tell me.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
In a copper coffee pot. She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper.
It's just an
Coffee
enunciation
in a copper.
thing.
Yeah, but I'm just challenging myself now.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She
yeah.
brews a. Oh, come on, I can do this. She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper poppy. Oh no.
She brews a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot.
Ah, you bitch. You know it better than me though. Just anyway.
It's my
I was trying to learn it. I was trying to learn it and speed it. Either way.
I think that's good over levels. We've got like laughter in it and stuff. So.
Okay, should we just go from here?
Well, no, check that.
You want to check it? Okay.
Make sure the volume's right.